Welcome, 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 y'all, to another edition of Weigh In, y'all, a 21 question conversation. If you can hear by the strain of my voice, it's simply because I had an amazing birthday weekend here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I am live show hung over, but I could not resist the chance to have our next guest in the hot seat for another random 21 questions. I love hurling things at people and seeing if they can field it. So I love you guys and thank you for tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond. And let's welcome to the screen Brian T. Shirley. Look, I got it right. Hi, Brian.
Hey Brenda, how you doing? Oh, I know your head hurts.
Ah, a lot. But welcome to the screen and the stream. How are you doing this morning?
Well, if I'd have had a few more last night, I'd be in your shoes, but I ran out, so I'm doing good.
Well, that's
Otherwise, this would really suck.
yes, yes. It would really suck if both of us were hungover. So at least one of us is on the top of their game. So since I just met you like today, tell me and the people tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond a little bit more about Brian T. Shirley.
Well, I've been an entertainer for about 25 plus years. I think that's probably what I was born to do, and I love entertaining people on stage, on screen, or wherever I can do it. And I'm single, don't have a wife, and that's always
Ooh.
a problem. But what are you going to do? So that's it in a nutshell. But I'm sure we'll dig deeper with the 21 questions.
Oh, absolutely. So one is how long have you been doing comedy or acting or singing or dancing or what is it that you do?
Well, if I sang and danced, that would probably be funnier than my comedy. Just so you know, um, I started. I started in a workshop about 20 something years ago in the mid 90s, I guess, here in Charleston. That's where I'm at, South Carolina, at a comedy
Okay.
zone. I'll throw their name out and get them a little publicity. Um, and worked with, when you join a workshop, it's different than a open mic. It's structured.
Ah.
Yeah, we had a book by Judy Carter. We had to read. We had to write out our first 5 minutes before we even touched the stage. You had to be there a month before you even went up, and
Oh. Okay.
learned a
Uh,
lot. Stayed in that workshop for several years. Would go on the road and come back, and people would be amazed. They'd be like, "What have you been doing?" I'd be like, "Well, I've been on the road," and yeah, they're like, because I did a tour of Canada. I did 16 cities in 3 weeks, and then went back
wow.
to the workshop, and they were blown away. And it's just getting on stage, almost
Yeah.
every. So
Absolutely. I love it. All right. Well, see, now we are warming up to the cause. And I want to tell everybody it's easy to catch us over on Roku. All you have to do is access your Roku device or a friend that has one. And if you don't know anybody, hit me up. I might know a couple of people that know a couple of people. Next, you'll go ahead and download the UBSNT app. It is free, free 30, free all day, free tomorrow, free beyond. All day free. UBSNTV. Shout out to Katash and the gang. And then if you do everything right, you will see this amazing, beautiful logo right here. And if you tap it, it will lead you into the world of fantastic comedic and entertainment talent. Like I just can't even stick with comedy, Brian. Like I got to go all over the place. So what we've done here to let you and the people tuning in know this is a live show, y'all. That means maybe one or two might fly. This isn't the one, you get your headphones if you're around the kids. Okay. Just get your headphones because I'm not sure what could happen. All right. So, Brian, are you ready to answer these 21 questions?
Yes, and I plan to stay clothed, just so you know.
Uh oh. Well, that's a good thing for this show. That's a good thing for this show. All right. I'm going to tell you the rules of the game. So, we will ask you 21 questions in 3 rounds. The first one will be easy peasy. Easy, easy, easy. The second round will be a little bit more saucier. And the third round will be the knockout punch. You get 3 times, Brian, to not answer my question by saying, I don't want to answer that. I don't know. I don't care. Or any derivative of. Okay.
You got it.
All righty then. If you do that 3 times, Brian, do you know what happens?
Somebody comes over and spanks me. That'd be good.
You know what? We got to get a bigger payroll.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Have to take a plane.
we
Damn
gotta
it!
get a we gotta get a bigger payroll. Mm, mm,
I was hoping.
mm. So for all intents and purposes, no, we'll just simply move you out the way because that means you're not going to tell us the truth anyway. And we'll just go on so we can tell everybody what happened on June 24th, which was my birthday, which was this past weekend. And I have so much to tell them. But I'm going to give you 3 chances, okay?
Okay.
All right. But I am a gentlewoman and a good host, some people may say, depending on who you ask. And I will ask you at the beginning of each round, do you want to continue on or do you want to call it quits? And if you decide to call it quits, we will wrap up the interview and we will leave as friends. Okay?
Got it.
All right, let's get to round number 1. Always the most fun, the getting to know you segment of the show, where we get to definitely ask pokey questions, but also we get to take a stroll down memory lane. And like I told you in the green room, Brian, I'm a bit of a stalker, sort of low key, nothing all out there. Like I'm not liking a million of your pictures or anything like that, but
Damn.
there are a few that caught my eye. So, can you tell us a little bit about this photo? What about this show do you remember?
Just I've done that place twice. It's right up the road. It's about an hour from here, Bourbon Creek, and did it once by myself. Did a one man show and did some improv, and then brought a couple of my buddies not too long ago, earlier this year, and we did a show and did some more improv. Uh, just a cool one nighter, small town. And I don't know if you've done these, Brenda, but sometimes the small towns with the, just in the bar right there by the, I mean, there's no stage or anything. You just standing there. Sometimes,
Really?
yeah, yeah, yeah. They just said, where do you want to do it? And I'm like, well, let's see. I'll stand over here. But sometimes those are the most fun, you know. They are.
Okay.
You got to be able to bob and weave, though. You know what I'm saying?
Bob and weave. I love it. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? Speaking of bobbing and weaving, we have this new segment that we played live here in Las Vegas called Recycled Comedy. So when we talk about those old shows, we like to see if Brian T. Shirley can recall 3 good minutes of one of the sets that he performed at that show. You think you could do that for us, Brian?
Yeah, I'll go off on a little riff. This is what happened. There was a lady that had a cane and everything. Now, I'm not telling y'all jokes. I'm telling you a story about what happened. And so she's got a cane and she comes in, and I don't know if you've folks that have never been to a comedy club or don't know any comedians know the stuff we go through in between and before a show. So I'm sitting there and I'm setting up, and I've been doing it over 25 years. I could tell immediately this lady could be a problem because she's mouthy, you know. She's sitting there saying this and that, and I'm setting up, and she comes up and she goes, "Are you the comedian?" And I looked at her and I said, "No, no, ma'am, I'm the roadie. I'm just setting up sound." And then the bartender comes over and I said, "Look, that lady asked if I'm the comedian. You tell her no, because I told her I was the roadie." And the bartender's like, "Gotcha." So we continued on setting up and everything. And she's saying stuff like, "Well, he better not make fun of handicapped people." That's what she said out loud. And I'm just sitting there going, I'm going to take care of this later. I know how this is going to go. So, I get up, I'm doing my stuff. And sure enough, she's, mouthing off, but not in a bad way, folks. You say, oh, it's a heckler. There's actually good hecklers too. And Brenda, you probably know this, where, you do something funny and they're like, yeah, I know, I did that last Tuesday. It's not mean, so you can't, shut the fuck up, just kind of roll with it. That's good, sir, but it's not Tuesday. So
I've never heard of a good heckler, but I like it. I like the definition.
well, they're not mean, but they won't shut the hell up. So she's continually doing stuff throughout the thing, and somehow I roped in. I started doing improv with the crowd, not on purpose. It just comes out of me, and I'm talking about this looks like a bowling crowd, and they just start dying laughing. There's some girl with the shirt that I'm going, here's a bowler right here, and she's sitting at the table with the handicapped lady. And at some point, I was on the bowling riff, just going off, and they were dying laughing. I'll say, well, at least this lady's got a good handicap. And I pointed at the handicapped lady. And that got one of the best laughs of the night because she couldn't get mad. She didn't want me making fun of handicapped people, and I did, but she couldn't because I'm talking about handicap with a bowl, bowling,
Oh, jeez.
handicap. So
Wow.
that to me it was like a victory in your head. You're pointing at your brain, going, "Way to go, brain! I like that." So that was fun.
That is a good 3 minutes of that is a good 3 minute story. I'm just telling you, like all of that happened in 3 minutes. Like that was a lot.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Well, I definitely see that you have loosened up and now you are ready to roll. And we always like to start out with something like The Kitchen is Open. It's one of our famed episodes. We didn't get a chance to play it on June 24th, which was my birthday party, but we will get to play it on July 24th, which is our next show. So you guys go ahead and sign up, hit the inbox, get your tickets, do all of that stuff because our Try It or Trash It bar will be open. So, all right, Brian T. Shirley, what do you think about this one? The potted meat Twinkie. Will you try it or trash it?
Oh, I'm going to trash that. I do jokes about spam, and I know what potted meat is. It's just blended up spam. That's all it is.
Come on. I need a customer based on our relationship. I need one customer to keep my restaurant open. You're not going to help me out?
Look, that thing has so much sodium in it, it will float in the Dead Sea. And I got to tell you, if we have a nuclear holocaust, those things will still be sitting here.
Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. All right. How about this delectable dish? Nutella and Doritos.
It reminds me of when I used to smoke a lot of pot, because that would be something I would eat after about a bomb hit or two. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh my God. At least I got one vote. I got one vote in the house. Not too many people will try this, but thank you for like helping me out to keep my kitchen open. That
Not
is
sober.
always
I'm not trying it sober. I'm telling you that.
well, we have something for that. It's our third treat. Trying it or
Oh,
trashing it. Deep chicken fried Weed
Is that
plants.
no way?
No
Well,
way.
you can't smoke it.
Oh, there you go. There
Are
you
you
go.
are you telling me that's an edible? Is that what you're telling me? That's an
Hey,
edible.
I mean, it could be, and it
No,
could be not.
you fried all the
Who's to
THC out of
say?
that. You
All
fried all the THC out of it. I'm sorry.
all I'm saying is that maybe it could, maybe it couldn't. All right. What is your worst habit? Daily therapy. Let's go.
Oh, just panicking and worrying and anxiety. That's probably my worst habit.
You know,
It feeds everything else. That's the baseline.
oh wow. Wow, wow, wow. You know what? Me and you are in the same boat. I think, right before the show, I am so anxious. I'm like, oh my God, is anybody gonna watch it? Is anybody gonna like it? Are they gonna like me? And
Learning to let stuff go is tough sometimes, especially at 4 in the morning when you wake up. That's the toughest.
mm, you know what? You are so right. Gosh, we are getting closer, Brian. At
Mm.
what age did you learn how to cook and who taught you? I mean, presuming that you know how to cook.
Well, as I said earlier, I'm single. If I want to eat, I have to cook because I'm not going to McDonald's every day.
What's
I,
your best dish?
gosh, that depends. I'm always trying to learn. I actually made my own black bean burgers recently. Still working on them. They're okay, but I got a lot of work to do with those. 'Cause I'm trying
Okay,
to.
you weren't jumping up and down about the bean burger, huh?
No, I need something. But I like doing spaghetti
Mm.
with ground turkey or chicken, and I
Oh,
have a little recipe I do with that. It's simple, but it's one of my go tos. But other than that, to be honest, I'll experiment and try. I did. I made something the other day that was horrible, so I'm
well,
just
the important thing
the
is that
refrigerator.
you tried, Brian. That was the important part, is that
Oh
you
God.
gave it the old college try. There is something that you are knocking against, and I'm not sure what it is, but
Yeah, you say college try, and I didn't go to college long. I was on a drinking scholarship, so that's about
oh,
it. I gave
that
it the
we're gonna
college
talk
try.
about that in the green room. We'll talk about that later. How about this one? Do you grab your keys or do you walk home?
Wow. Yeah. How far is it from my house? Is that right out here? Because yeah, I'll just walk.
You have snakes in your neighborhood? Like, like what?
I think we do. Hell, I live right. I mean, the river's right down here. It's
Where do you live? Like,
house.
where? What city are you located in?
Charleston. Well, West Ashley, but it's Charleston. I'm 10 minutes from downtown Charleston, maybe. But I'm out
Okay,
a little bit rural. Not farms, but suburbs. I'm out in the suburbs. So there
okay.
are birds and stuff around here. So yeah, there could possibly be. I don't know if we got rattlers.
Look, I got you thinking now. You're like, oh my God, there could be. Oh,
Like,
gee, wait.
ooh, I'm gonna be
Okay,
looking all
so
up.
if I came to your area with $25, what kind of date would we have? Like, what could we do?
It'd be very, very low key. Let's put it that. Don't come hungry. Let's,
get the extra get the extra nuts or breadsticks or
right.
whatever on the plane.
Well, let's go to the gas station, get us some Vizzies and White Claws, and we can do a lot with $25, and then maybe some of those Nutella and Doritos that you had earlier, and beautiful area, so we can go sit anywhere and drink and eat and have a fun time
I
here.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay, see, creative. I like the creativity of it all. You didn't just go, we can't do a damn thing. You
No,
actually had some creativity to it, and I could appreciate that. I definitely could. Can. Could can Oh geez, let me get my language together. Like I told you guys, I'm definitely live stage hungover. But Brian, thank you so much for coming by and hanging out with us. And you have passed round one, which is not hard to do. I told you, like, it would be easy, easy questions. And just to let everybody know, you can support us by doing the following things that you saw, especially if you like Brian's answers to round one questions. Share the post, like the post, tag a friend, comment something nice, comment an emoji, post a pic, shout them out, leave a review. I'm not real sure about this review thing, but I'm just saying. All right, Brian, how was that for round one?
That was all right. That was painless,
That
but
was painless, right? You
right.
answered, actually had a little fun on some, right?
I'm trying to stay unnervous now.
Okay, don't be nervous. Just
Take
calm down.
take my own advice. Yes,
So, I do have to ask, are you down to continue to clown for the next round?
I'm down to clown, and I've toured with the clown around town.
And downtown and around town.
Okay.
Okay. How about this question? At what point are open mics detrimental to your growth as a comic, or are they?
Oh, they are. There's a point where you got to get out of them. I mean, I know pros sometimes go, they'll have new stuff and they'll go and work it out. But when you start learning bad habits, or you just say the F word constantly, which don't get me wrong, hey, there's a place and time and place for everything. But when it's every other word, it gets boring, and it actually takes the power out of the word. So yeah, when you start learning those bad habits, and obviously there's not going to be probably anyone there to tell you that, but if you don't have a semi-pro or pro around in your sphere, it's time to journey on to something else. I mean, keep going as long as you're getting something out of it. But when it comes to be an ego trip, oh, I'm the best local guy. That's not going to help you when you're in Atlanta and you want to go to Cincinnati. You know, because then you'll go to Cincinnati and do a bunch of Atlanta jokes. They're not going to get it. So,
Is there's a difference?
well, I mean, if you're talking about Peachtree Boulevard and you're in Cincinnati, nobody knows what the hell that is.
They're going to be looking at you like, huh? What?
Right.
I don't get it.
And
Oh,
somebody that's been on the road will learn to change the street name.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They'll
I
say, "Oh, what street in Cincinnati here is the main thoroughfare?" And they'll tell you this one. Change that.
huh,
But you won't
God.
learn that sitting in an open mic for 4 years.
Oh, okay. So you are definitely a supporter of leaving the open mic behind at some point.
Yeah, use it to your advantage, and then when it becomes sticky, get the hell out of it.
Okay. Okay, I like it. You know, open mics. Let me see. I think
Yeah.
it's just the culture, like it's what comedy does for social, to satisfy the social part. So I think open mics are good that way. They keep up the social relationships between comedians and venue owners and
Yeah.
promoters and producers and everybody.
And if they're done right, I mean, like I said, I was in a workshop for years, but it, when we went and did those shows at a professional club, it wasn't run like an open mic. There were rules, and one of the things that sucks about an open mic, forgive me because I know, there's people out there that still do them, is when you got a guy that brings his friends, he goes on stage, his six buddies or whatever are there the whole time. He comes off stage, and him and his buddies leave and go talk in the back room, and that to me is a disrespect for the other guys coming up behind him. And I've seen that I don't know how many times. So that's just one of the things. I could give you several with open mics, because in that workshop it was, hey, if you bring your friends, you're going to tell your friends they're sitting their ass there for the whole show. They're not leaving when you come off stage. You know,
Well, you know what? You know what we figured out around here is that if you make everybody a part of the show, nobody leaves.
you're
I mean,
right.
and it's not even a thing. It's not even a hold you captive kind of thing. It's just always we are having fun, for 6 hours.
Six hours.
We're all just having fun, huh?
That's I didn't know you 6 hours, but I mean, if you're running
Yeah,
a show,
actually my birthday party was 6 hours long.
wow. But I mean, that's good. That's a testament to running a good show. I mean, and that's the other thing with open mics. If you're running it right, you know, and you're still learning, stay there. You know,
I,
but
I had great partners. What can I say? What can I say? But I like your take. I like your point of view. This is the very first time I've ever had a comedian say that. Like everybody else says that you should keep going and keep going and keep going. So this is definitely a different point of view, and I'm interested. I'm
well,
interested.
the other part of it is what is your end game? That's the big part because some people truthfully go to open mics just to get on stage and they don't want to progress any further. And there's nothing wrong with that. They truthfully just want the experience of being on stage and telling jokes. And that's fine. I'm saying this for people that want to be professionals, that want to get
Ooh.
paid. There's a difference. And I don't see anything wrong with either one. If you want to progress, obviously you've got to do something until it stops taking you up to the next level, no matter what it is.
Give us your top 3 things of progression.
uh, your writing ability is getting better and better and better. That's one thing because it all starts with writing. Your stage presence continues to get better, and that comes with getting on stage, which is why open mics are good. The more you can get on stage, the more comfortable you are, the better your show will get because now you're presenting that material that's getting better in a better way. And I think the third thing is the comfortability that you get from both of those. Because when you're comfortable in the club, on stage, around other comedians, not cocky, but you've got that confidence, it rubs off on everybody and it rubs off on the audience when you get up there.
Okay, I like it. We try to educate around here as well. We try to give our up and coming comedians something to hang their hats on, something to, take back. So we like to ask in-depth questions. And how long, one more time, have you been doing comedy?
At least 25 years. You got to
Wow.
remember, I partied a lot at the beginning. So kind of blurry about when I started. But
You're
that's the other thing, though. I wish I wouldn't have partied so much. I mean, a certain amount of it was okay, but holy shit,
he
I
said,
finally,
holy shit.
yeah, it finally got to the point where, hey, dumbass, you need to,
Oh,
do the
wow.
business side of it. Remember, entertainment business, show business. The word business is in there for a reason, and
Oh,
it took me a while to learn that.
you know what? I think I'm still learning it. I know
We
it's
all do.
terrible.
We all do.
Yes, it's terrible, but it's good in so many other ways. I am just learning it, but I think I'm fighting it for a good reason because I love to hear everybody's ideals and points of views. So I just kind of hold myself open.
Hey, you're ahead of the game doing this uh,
Oh,
platform right here.
you think so, huh?
Oh yeah, I did a radio show for several years. I did stuff like that. Made a lot of great connections, and still to this day know those a lot of those folks I interviewed and everything. So yeah, I wish I'd have done what you're doing now earlier. You know,
Oh, wow, wow. Thank God I've been doing this since 2019. Um
sure.
actually 2017. But and you would think I would be farther than I am now,
Takes
I
time.
think for all intents and purposes, My birthday was an amazing show. It was an amazing show. So, this is a question that actually, because I need to know what to do with the energy. So, what is the first thing you do when you get home from a great show, Brian?
That's a great question, and it's tough because if I'm on the road, you go back to the hotel room, and well, it doesn't matter in my life. I'm alone, whether I'm on the road or not, unless something, back in the day, I didn't always go to the hotel room alone, so that would be a different answer to this question. What's the first thing I do? I forgot what her name was.
Oh,
Um,
jeez.
but yeah, I was a pig.
Oh, oh, come on. I don't think it was that bad,
No,
but
I was a bit of a slut. I'll admit.
oh, good grief.
So nowadays, you just go over everything in your head, and like you said, the energy is tough. So yeah, I might have a couple of drinks or something, but the big thing is I would just go over, what worked, especially if I did a new joke. That's exciting. That's like having a little baby or something, a new kid.
Yeah,
You do a new joke and it works real well. That's the first thing you're going to think about, and the last thing you're going to think about the rest of the night is that new joke that killed. It's like,
that
holy shit, I got a new bit. Um, it's
I
exciting.
think that's how I feel about games. Like I feel the same way like when a good game works, I feel so good about it. I'd be like, "Oh my god, yay!"
Yeah.
So, I don't think I'm going to go home with anybody. Even though I tried. I did think about it for a second, but but I had so many people and so many things going on all at the same time that I was like, I think this interview is what I'm doing to deal with the energy, Brian. I think so. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you for joining me because I'm like, what do I do with the energy? All right. Next question. If we were named Comedy's Got Talent, what other talent would you audition with?
Acting. I mean, that's my go-to because that's the other thing I do. So whether it be voiceover or you know film, I don't do a lot of stage. I haven't done plays and stuff that much per se. So I've been basically doing TV and film, and I don't. You got to have a script and a monologue and all that to do submission and audition. So that's pretty simple.
Okay. So voiceovers. I got stuck on that. Acting and voiceovers, and I love a good voiceover. And so I'm like, dun 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 dun. I want to give the spotlight to your voiceover. I am going to set the clock for 60 seconds, and I want you to give me the best voiceover ever. Let's go.
Uh, you know what? I don't think these people around here understand just who the hell they're talking to. I went down yonder to that pond and saw Frank. He was sitting there at the edge of the boat with some spam and Nutella and some Doritos. I said, "What the hell are you doing?" He said, "Look, man, I am on my vacation, and it's time for me to start taking my vacation time right now. And I'm going to eat me some Nutella. No, it's Nutella. I don't care what it is. I said Nutella. And I'm going to dip some Doritos in it. And then I'm going to finish it up with Spam. And when I take a poop, it's going to come out in a big black block with Dorito dust on it. All right. I'll see you later. No, you won't. I'm leaving."
Very nicely done, sir. Very nicely done. Oh, wow. That is funny. Okay, so you just make stuff up like that in your head? Like, how do you do that?
Well, I live alone, so I'm always talking to people around here. But neighbors are like, "Who the hell does he have visiting? I didn't see any cars over there."
I know. And I'd be like that nosy neighbor, and I'd be like, who the hell does he have over there? Like, how many people live in there?
Oh, I know they think I'm crazy because I have my voiceover studio in my closet, believe it or not. And you
Do
know,
you ever use your voiceovers in your comedy?
yeah, I do a character called the Fine Southern Gentleman. Who, why I believe you're the coldest hussy I've ever had the misfortune of being associated with. So I do a whole character.
I
Like,
love it. Oh my God. And I actually thought you swallowed a black Southern gentleman right there. I
well, that came from a girl that broke up with me. Believe it or not, that's where comedy comes from is pain. You know,
oh,
and
I've heard that. I have heard that, and I have so much pain, especially like right now. My head is hurting. My
yeah.
my stomach is a little queasy. I'm definitely on lockdown from last weekend show. So you have made it to the end of round number 2, Brian T. Shirley. How
Mm.
did that feel?
That felt good. It felt like I relieved my urine. It was nice.
Oh, dear Jesus. I love it. Okay. Very nice. We are about to move on to round number 3. Now, round number 3 may be a little bit harder. And because I've gotten to know you a little bit better, I know exactly what game we are going to play. And it will get hot up in here. Just warning. So, would you like to move on to round 3, or would you like to call it quits now?
We'll move on. I still got those three whatevers passes. So I'm sitting in
Yes.
the catbird seat right now. Tweedlee.
Yeah, oh, those 3 come in handy. And you guys, we will be back right after this because I have to get up. I told you the hangovers are real.
I think it's fucked up what you do, honestly. Like, how you gonna sell barbecue and leave? Like, you leave your store hungry. That's fucked up, man. That's just taking money from people. But no, you were good. You were funny. You're awesome. I love it. The weed infused barbecue sauce. Everybody gonna leave hungry. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you got a little work to do, but I got a little something that you might know. I take small piece of this motherfucker out just in case you need a little extra ingredient. Oh boy. All right, well give it up for all the four guys who came up to volunteer. All right, and everybody can take a seat, guys. We can take a seat. You forgot to pick a winner. Oh, okay. Oh, we gotta stay here then. All right, so we're gonna keep going. You see how we gotta work together to keep him on track? Teamwork makes the dream work. All right, now you heard it all before. You heard it from all these poor guys. You know how you feel. I know how I feel. We don't know how you guys feel, but you are about to learn today. We're gonna find out who did it and why. Now, our first contestant. Give it up if you think. Make some noise if you think that was the best. Oh, that was good. That was good. That was warm. That was warm. That was a good one. Get over here to this guy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. His hair's starting to stand up. What do you think about this guy? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I'm digging it. I am digging it. Now. Oh, Lord. Look, because you got look, it's the golden ball. Look, I can make a wish. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas.
I wish you a Merry Christmas. This is a barbecue sauce. Okay. What do you think about this guy here? All right. So, from the sound of shit, um,
I think we have
uh,
a winner.
I think we do
I
too,
think we
right?
got a
All
winner.
right. Well, you say it, cause don't make them mad at me.
Oh, don't make them mad at
Fuck
you.
that shit.
Y'all give it up for Kevin Quigley.
Get up here, Kevin! Get your ass up here, dude!
Okay. And now in true Sauce in the City.
Who do you like to thank? Who do you want to give a shout out? Rick.
I would like to thank whoever invented plastic straws because I think they're paper straws rather. I think they're very convenient. I'd like to thank whoever's responsible for the current price of gas because I just think it makes me stay at home and work for myself. Uh, I would like to thank Satan for scaring me away from the loose woman and. I would also like to thank God for being kind of like a little bitch and inspired me to do better with myself. Prove his bitch ass wrong. And I guess it's one of the things to say. Invest in cryptocurrency or don't.
Oh boy. Just a little home footage from the event to give me some time to set up the screen for you. But are you ready for round number 3, Brian?
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that you had enough time to back out if you wanted to, because this is where we're going to get to know a little bit more about you, a little deeper dive with the dirty edition of Never Have I Ever. So, what's going to happen, Brian, is I am going to ask you the question and I'm going to guess if you have or have not done the following. Okay, you understand how that goes?
Oh boy. Yeah.
Yep. So here we go. Had a one night stand. I'm
Oh
gonna say yes.
yeah. I had,
Yes. Okay. Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Slept with a coworker. I'm gonna go with no.
Oh, you're wrong.
Okay.
Oh, you're so wrong.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's one. That's one in the hole for me. Okay. Had sex in a public place. I'm gonna go with yes.
Uh,
Yes.
I, I'm trying to think of what would be public.
The
Um,
park, the
okay, like
lake,
oh yeah, yeah,
like outside of the house, I
mm,
think.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I got that one right. All right, slept with someone of the same sex. I'm going to go with no.
Yeah, that's a no.
Well, well, you know what? You have no idea how many yeses I get on this show.
Hey,
Sent a nude photo to someone. I'm gonna go with yes,
no, I never got into that stuff. To
not
be
the
honest,
nude photo thing.
nah,
Okay.
not my style really. Just
Well, you said you were wild in your earlier days, so
yeah, I was. I
d-
had a little bit of common sense every once in a while. Every once in a while.
well, that's good. That's a good plan. All right. Used handcuffs or other implements. I still have no idea what implements mean, but let's just go with handcuffs, feathers, or whips or chains. And I'm going to say no.
Right, and I know what implements means, and I'm still saying no.
What does it mean? Teach us.
Well, like you said, like I guess feathers or plastic
Whips, chains, all that
balls.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
need all that. it confuses me.
You're like, let's keep it nice and normal, shall we? All
Yeah.
right. Watched porn. I'm going to go with yes, every American, right?
Well, I call it research. You call it watching porn. I
I
call it
love
research.
it. He said research. Did you ever practice a move off of one of the movies?
No, I don't think so. I
You
mean,
never put it
I
into
don't know.
action?
Maybe I did. I don't.
You
Yeah,
can't
probably
remember.
did. Probably did.
Okay. Faked an orgasm. I don't really
Ah,
know how men do that, but yeah,
oh, that's one
I'm
of my
gonna.
jokes. That's a joke I do on stage. I'm
Oh,
serious.
oh my God. Well, I guess then that's a yes then.
No, we'll just talk about it.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Wait a minute, maybe I did one time. I don't know. Maybe I had some water in my hand or something. I don't know. Go ahead. Yes, I had some mayonnaise. I faked an orgasm.
Ew. Had sex in a bathroom. I'm gonna go with no. You
I
seem
don't
like a
know. The
bigger kind of
shower, the
guy.
shower counts though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If it
Yeah.
was in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to go yes on that one.
Oh, oh, look at you. Okay, look at us. All right. Had a threesome. I'm gonna go with no. No?
Oh boy. Hmm.
I gotta get you on more episodes because it seems like I don't know you at all.
That could be incriminating.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
No, not in a bad way.
Hey, all I'm saying is yes or no or pass. You still have a pass.
Oh, I'll use the pass on this one. That's a complicated. That's a
That's
complicated
a
answer.
complicated situation, huh? You're like, oh
There's
geez.
there's a lot of moving parts to that one.
Wow. Okay. How about this one? If a man pays exactly half of the bills, can he still be considered, or I'm sorry, can he still be called a provider?
I'm old fashioned. I'd say no. And I was there doing that. So I look back on it and go, man, you could have done better. So
Oh, I
yeah, I would
I
say
okay. How about this one? Who would you give your seat to first?
the pregnant lady.
Oh, without a doubt, huh? Why the pregnant lady?
Or that's a close one because you do have a mom with a kid. I just saw that by the way.
Oh
um,
yeah, yes. That's why I was like, okay, in the womb, out the womb. What's the
yeah,
difference?
I guess it would depend on who seems to be more needy of it. Because if she's got a kid, she can have a stand by her. I would have the pregnant lady sit down. Probably, but I don't know. But probably always the pregnant lady because with a kid, you can hopefully, like I said, do
Yeah,
something
move him out the way
or put her on.
before you.
You can put the kid on your hip. You can't move a fetus. It's
That
where it's
is that is true. That is true. I love your answers. See, you're a gentleman. We get into fights about that question on my page. It's really crazy. I'm always like, wow, okay. I think I would go with the pregnant lady too, because like you said, you can't move that around. All right, here we go. I am going to give you 60 seconds to name everybody in this photo. The clock is set. Let's
Oh
go.
crap! But I know Robin, the lady. She's the one that booked me. Um, ah, no, gosh,
That's one.
yeah, that's one, and yeah, without everybody's name, it's just hard. I'm trying to think. You know, Part of that, I think it's the two people in the middle. They were actual sponsors. I had never. Well, the others are comedians that I just met that night. So yeah, I that's why I don't get laid a lot because I can't remember anybody's name. Not that I wanted to remember the guy's name to get laid. I'm just saying I can't
Oh,
remember anybody's name in that picture except Robin. She's the lady that booked me, and She's the one on the end, the lady on the end. But yeah, I don't know if I need to pass or just admit failure.
You can't phone a friend.
Yeah, I mean, I
No,
yeah.
well, you attempted to answer. It's not your fault you can't remember,
Yeah,
but
but
that is
I
why.
will admit, two of those people literally jumped out of the audience and came up there because Robin said, "Hey, here's our sponsors." So if I was told their name, she may have said their names from the stage. Let's put it that way. And that's the only time I ever heard them.
Oh, okay. Not, I mean, I just saw the picture and I was like, oh, this is a lot of castmates. I think I always get in trouble when I don't remember everybody. So,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
so, so I'm like, I know it can't just be me that can't remember everybody. I know it can't just be me. I know there's got to be like other people in the universe that can't remember everybody.
Do you know
And
how many times that has been detrimental to me having a woman? I can't tell you how many times.
oh,
What's your name?
geez.
Peggy? No. Oh, I'm sorry,
No,
Sarah.
not Peggy. Sarah.
Yeah.
Jiminy Christmas. Jim.
Well, you
What
would
is?
think now I have a phone, I could probably make a note real quick when they tell me without them seeing me. But I've
Oh
learned.
my. He said you've learned to probably keep it to yourself. Like just call them honey, sweetie.
Yeah,
uh, okay.
my,
Tell us the
my neighbors, all my neighbors are named Hi.
all your there you go. All the neighbors. That is a good one. I'm gonna keep that in my thoughts. All the neighbors are named Hi. I love it. I love it. Now you have to tell us about this photo.
I was on the set of Diamond and Silk Settles It, which has not come out yet. It was a pilot for JUL TV on Roku, by the way.
Woo
And
woo.
I played a guy whose mother died, and the nurse that was attending to her in the hospital while she was on her deathbed. I mean, not my mother, my father died, and the nurse that was attending him married him like 3 weeks before he died. So she got all the money. So we had to go on their show to settle that. Obviously, I'm acting, but oh, and it was a beautiful girl that played the nurse, just a drop dead gorgeous lady,
Oh.
and Diamond and Silk, and I don't know if you folks know who they are, but they've been pretty prominent on some conservative like Fox for a while, and then I don't know where they're at now. They have their own channel, and
Oh wow.
they've got over 1 million followers, I think. On
Woohoo. Is I think it's this one right here.
that's the show poster. That's not their show. You know what I'm saying? That's not their podcast or whatever they're doing. That's the poster for what you just saw me in. So that
Oh,
show,
okay.
yeah, that has not come out yet. It's called Diamond and Silk Settles It, and I went up to Charlotte to shoot that, and it was great. They were real nice. They were not as I expected. Let's put it that way. Well, when you get that prominent, and I've been around folks that are, I've been around
That prominent.
big stars, and it's a little intimidating. And they were just as nice as they could be. We took a picture with them. I don't know where the picture is. I'm like, can I get that picture? But
Like somebody took it and now it's gone,
one of
gone,
the
gone.
production, yeah, one of the production people took a picture of all of us. But they were just cool, and and I would try to talk, and I forgot which one said it. Maybe Diamond. She would go, "Now you hush," and I'd be like, "All right, yes, ma'am." Because he was on my side. So, but it was all improv. It was. We had a loose script. Here's basically the story, et cetera, and then the rest of it we did about 5, 6, maybe 7 takes. Yeah, somewhere around. I mean, a full like 10, 15 minutes, and then all right, cut. Let's do it again. We're going to move the cameras, and it was improv. I'm wanting to see it because there were some moments there I was like, cool. I think I nailed that. And the girl next to me that was playing the nurse, she did great too. So we'll see. If it comes out, I'll definitely share it all over the place.
Oh my gosh, we would love to see it. We'll play it on the show, whatever trailers you have. It's always really cool to, see you guys' work and make sure that everybody sees it that we know anyway. Um, we want to thank you for coming by. That was the end of round number 3. We like to thank you for coming by and hanging out with this hungover host. I think I'm gonna make a show out of that. It's gonna be the hungover host.
That's a great name.
Isn't it right? Because I am hung over and I'm trying my best to host this show. And I have another one at 6 p.m. And I'm just like, I don't even know how this is going to go. But thank you, Brian, for
Mm-hmm.
making this hungover host actually feel okay about sitting up straight and trying to push the buttons and make it happen. You have been nothing but open, honest, and you only skipped one thing. That was the threesome thing, but I'm going to get in the green room and see if I can't figure out figure
Uh,
out why. All right, like I'm
oh
gonna
yeah.
definitely get in the green room and figure out why we skipped that question. um but we do have trolls that actually look at these episodes and make sure that I asked you guys 21 questions. And if I don't, I get in trouble. They'll inbox me and go, "You skipped the question. You didn't ask 21." So I always keep 3 bonus questions in my pocket just to CYOA.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay.
Cover your ass.
That's it. I'm like, I got to cover it. So, number 1, did you have a good time?
Yeah, this was great. It's a lot different, and I do interviews periodically. You can see one on a YouTube channel. I mean, on a Roku channel called IBL, and yeah, did a in the studio for this lady, and this was really a lot of fun because it's random, and it's improv. And I love doing improv, and it's not scripted, so I had a blast.
Oh, right on. When I keep thinking these things won't work, I'm like, oh, nobody likes it, and then I'm like, no, people like it, I think. It's always a touch and go, but it's always good to hear that you covered the second question before I get to it, which was, have you ever been a part of an interview like it on the internet or anywhere?
Um, I've done, but everyone's different when they're like this. You know what I mean? Because you get the scripted ones where they send you a thing and they go, "Here's the questions we're going to ask," and you have time to prepare, which is fine. But then I've done the ones like this that are kind of like, but yours is different because just the way you section it off, the segments, and you put a
Like,
lot of you into it. I can tell, so that's what makes it different than the other ones.
I love it. We believe in creating original content. I always like for our comedians and entertainers to have an original experience when they come on our show. Um and if I ever hear someone say, "Oh yeah, I did that yesterday," I will change. I will drop the
Oh
whole
yeah, no,
plan. I'm like
no, you're different. Trust me.
I'll be like, "Nope, can't do that no more. No."
I actually
Uh,
have a friend, Sean Cornelius in New York, and I did his show, which there's another one that's different. So I think a lot of these, when people put themselves into it, like he did and like you do, you don't have a fear of being a copier of anybody else. I don't think. I think
oh,
you're doing your own thing.
I do not ever fear the copying, but the copier, I'm like, ugh, okay, yeah, I'll just have to do something else. But the cool thing is that, I don't know if you believe in God, but I do. And I just always think that, somebody has to lead, somebody has to follow. That's the way that
True.
we're set up. And sometimes I'm the leader and sometimes I'm the follower, just depending on what day you ask.
Right.
um, and so I think I can appreciate you and your mark on comedy and your mark on our show and just being a part of it, because that's how come I can never tell anybody what the show is going to be about, because each one of you are unique in your own careers.
Hmm.
It's all under comedy, but everybody has their own unique flair. And the ones that do not have their unique flair, those are called comics. Comedians have their own unique flair. So there is the difference. For people tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond, Brian, they always ask me to answer that question, like, what's the difference? The difference is character. And I believe you, sir, are a comedian because your character shines through.
Oh,
So
thank
you're welcome. Number three, and most important to us, will you come back for a part two? And maybe this time I won't be hungover. And so we could get a little bit more nosier.
you. Yes, yes. Can I show people my shirt before we leave?
Absolutely. Oh, well, wait. It's get your shirt, but not yet. I have a game because everybody must play a game.
Oh,
The show
okay.
isn't over yet. We're so this is just the part where we do the CYOA questions. Not that we're going
Oh, okay.
anywhere. Right. Like, yeah, we're not going anywhere. We always end the episode with the game. And that game usually is one of our classics that we pull from our Sauce in the City catalog. And we love doing this one because it, like you told me, you had a shirt to sell or you had a shirt to show. So there is a game that we play. You can't rush perfection. You can't rush the episode.
Aw, I want to rush perfection though.
I know. And this one is called Sell That Skew. So,
Excuse.
yeah. I'm going to set the clock for 60 seconds and I'm going to tell you to grab the thing nearest to you on your right. I think that's where you put the t-shirt, or was it
No,
your
I'm wearing
Oh,
it.
you're wearing it? Okay, so it is the closest thing to you on your right, your left, your front, and your back. So I'm
Yeah.
going to set the clock at 60 seconds, like we did before. And I'm going to give you a chance to turn into the best salesperson on Sauced in the City to see if we can't get you some customers. Let's go.
Well, I am going to be going on tour, and I always bring T-shirts with me. And my newest one, this one is one. It's called Anguish. It's a short film that I did. I'm going to have those with me, and also, you always heard all your life which came first, the chicken or the egg. Well, if you buy my new T-shirt, you find out that the rooster came first, and the chicken was disappointed. So that's the new tour shirt right there. $20, and I'll have them right after the show, and I can sign them. I got a great pen. I got white ones coming, or maybe we'll see. But right now, these are the ones I have with me. And
Huh?
then I got some other ones. I got the BTS on the road T-shirts that don't look like that, but it's my brand. And then, I got another T-shirt for another short film I did. So I always got merch.
Always got merch. And that has been your latest segment of Sell That Skew here on Sauced in the City. To get any of this merchandise, you guys can just go and Google us. We are Googleable. Okay. And you hit the episode and you find all of our different comedians and all of their different merch and things of that nature. Oh, Brian, it has been so wonderful having you here on the show. It's almost hard to say goodbye, but we have to do that so we can get to the green room and I can know more about this. The reason that you skipped that question. So we generally set the clock at 30 seconds to give you a chance to shout out. We find it very important that you pay homage to those who have had something to do with you and your journey in the world of comedy, acting, or voiceovers. Let's go.
I want to say thanks to my buddy Will Roberts out there in LA. He's kind of been a mentor as far as the acting goes. I had a lot of comedians I came up with, like Sean Cornelius, who I talked about earlier, and Daryl Rhodes. Some of them are gone now. Tim Wilson. I can't name all the guys over 25 years, but I've learned something from just about everybody I've worked with on the road, and God bless all of them. And voiceover, I'm still learning. Akidu, Set on a Hill Productions, is I've been taking some classes with her, and she's amazing. She just had a movie come out and animated series. So keep learning. That's what I try to do. Keep.
Amen. Keep learning. That is the best thing and best piece of advice I think I've ever heard come off of this show. Keep learning. And shout out to all of them, because without all of them, we would not have you, sir. And that would be a tragedy. So thank you so much for swinging by and letting us poke at you for 21 questions. And I cannot wait to our next episode where we will get down a little bit more deeper and dirtier. And for those, you can go on over to Roku and access your device or a friend that has one. And like I said at the beginning, if you don't have a friend that has one, inbox me. I definitely may have a friend or two or know somebody that knows somebody. You download the UBSN TV app. It is free, free 30. It's free all day. It's free every day. And then you'll get to this little icon here. We fought very hard for this icon, and actually, it looks great. Then, now, and probably forever. And when you tap on it, you will have access to comedic talent like our friend Brian T. Shirley here. And again, because I know a lot of you indulge, here are the instructions all at once. Okay, so just so that you can go ahead and join us over there. And I'm just going to put this on the end, y'all. We are going to be having another edition of the singles match game where we pair up our saucy singles and we see if we can find a match by the end of the episode. It's always a whole lot of fun. And whether we match people or whether we don't, it's still always a whole lot of fun. And it gets pretty saucy. And you guys can tune into that on PCTV channel 21 in Pittsburgh. That's local TV, guys. You guys can just turn on the channel. You don't need nothing. Just turn on the channel and we should be there. Stay tuned for TV guides. And also, we are looking for a headliner, guys, live here in Las Vegas for our first date night double feature. This will be round two, and we will be welcoming in the Robert Kane Improv Entertainment Company from Chicago. And it will be so much fun. And we need a headliner. So get in the inbox, y'all. Get in the inbox. With that being said, everybody, this has been Brenda Brown, aka the Chocolate Child, aka your hungover hostess, because God, my head is spinning. I'm going to get out of here, and I totally will see you guys at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for your next edition of Weigh In, y'all, a 21 question conversation. We are out of here.